The 72 Volvo with the roof rack on it. Took that thing all over Europe. Well-behaved car. And there's the Belgium national flag, I think. Over another cemetery. That's probably the same cemetery in Dunkirk. (1914) World War I. Some of the memorial plaques of the soldiers. A lot of Americans buried there still. Watering the grass. I have to start doing that again in Atlanta pretty soon. We're going to go over the Blue Danube, the Donau River. That's the sign, the symbol for river underneath, little wave effect. And we're on our way to Nurenberg over the Blue Danube. This is January 1974. Going to Nuremberg, Hitler's favorite city. This is not coming in very clear.
What? And I'll watch it.
Oh, I have to put the voice on here. Marky, could you say hi, Marky?
Hi.
Could you please ask who it is on the phone?
Okay.
And I'll call him back, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Marky's going to ask. It's Saturday, March 21st. Or is it the 22nd, maybe? Mark had his birthday party early. He's about to turn 9 years old. This is the Nuremberg Nazi Hitler's war area, 1933. From 1933 on, every year they had their German celebrations here. The Meistersinger was done in Germany too.
Alan something.
Alan?
Something.
Did he get a phone number?
Yeah, no. But he said he's like from this office place.
Was he going to call me or what?
Yeah.
What, later?
I said, who is this? And then he said, Alan, I forget his last name.
We have to write these things down, Mark.
Sorry.
That's why you take messages, is to get real names.
Oh, sorry.
You got to talk into him, Marky, not stare at it. Okay, here's the Bratwurststube. Had some good German Weisswurst from Munich hot dogs there. And Stube, there's the Frauenkirche. We'll see a lot of the beautiful marketplaces around Nuremberg. I'm going to read some of the information I have here. Nuremberg is a city of West Germany in the Bavarian state, on the Regnitz River, about 100 miles northwest of Munich. It's a commercial and an industrial center, beautiful downtown area. It's served by railroads and the Ludwig Canal, which connects to the Danube and the Main rivers. Toys are the best known manufactured item here. Lots of machinery, electrical equipment, and optical goods, cameras, Zeiss lenses. There's the beautiful marketplace, Schönbrunn Palace. Nuremberg was first mentioned in a document for about 1050. After a period of rule by the various German nobles, it was made a free imperial town in the year 1219, and it subsequently became noted for its manufactures, particularly of wooden wares, lots of carving. And during the 15th and 16th centuries, the city was a center of culture. Among the most celebrated artists who worked here, and we will see his home later in this reel, was the famous German painter and engraver Albrecht Dürer, who was a contemporary and is probably the German equivalent of Leonardo da Vinci. Real genius This is the market square again. We're staying in a hotel right across the street from this. I'm probably at street level shooting this flower market scene now, but later when the glockenspiel goes off, I'll be up in the hotel room. There's a mother and a daughter looking at some flowers. There's the church gates. Beautiful carvings all over. Then these are the signs going to the Kaiserburg, which is the wall and area around the city. It's an old walled city. It's an inner and an outer city, as so many German towns have this inner walled area. And this is part of the Kaiserburg, the King's Tower, King's Castle, which is built right into part of the wall. You can see the ramparts there, heavy stones. We climbed to the top of that. I think you'll see some scenes looking over the city in a few minutes of this very scene, of the scenes I took from the top of that tower. Beautiful, beautiful city. The Meistersinger, members of the German Guild, formed in the 14th century to cultivate music and poetry, included the German poet and dramatist Hans Sachs, and were the subject of the opera Die Meistersinger vom Nurenberg, written in 1867 by Richard Wagner, the German composer. Here's the view of the rooftops of the city. Very, very beautiful scene, also very dark from the smog of the industrial area surrounding Nuremberg, highly industrialized part of Germany. Not too far from the Czechoslovakian border. There's the church that we'll see later on with the Glockenspiel, the Frauenkirche, ladies' church, married ladies' church. Red tiled German rooftops. Was living in Paris at this time in 1974, but had a business trip to Stuttgart to the Berlingen lab and made a trip to Nuremberg. It's the only time I'd ever been to Nuremberg. And I think kids, Mark and Jennifer, if you're listening to this, you're going to get a real kick out of this city because it's a beautiful city. We'll get some Lebkuchen here. We keep getting that every Christmas from somebody. I think Michael brought us Lebkuchen from Cincinnati this year. We had 2 big loaves of it. There's that Kaiserburg again, or part of it. This is the walled, part of the walled area of the old city. There's another tower in the wall. Every couple hundred meters, I think they had these towers as guard posts for the soldiers guarding the city from invaders. In 1806, Nuremberg was annexed to the Kingdom of Bavaria, which became King Ludwig's playground. And beginning in 1933, Nuremberg was the site of the annual September convention of the National Socialistic Party, the Nazi Party, and it was a production center for heavy engines, especially for aircraft. It was extensively bombed by the Allied air forces during World War II, and following the war, the city was incorporated in the United States zone of occupation and was the site of the trials of the German war criminals by an international tribunal of Allied jurists. So it has an awful lot of old and modern history, some of it infamous in terms of the Hitler area that we saw in the beginning of this tape. And the medieval walled city we're looking at now at the center of Nuremberg was severely damaged during World War II. Much of it, including an 11th century castle, was restored, and masterpieces by such artists as Dürer and Hans Holbein were preserved. Population is about 500,000 in Nuremberg. Nice sized city. Trolley cars, no subway. There's another view of the church steeples, green copper. And here is Albrecht Dürer's house that I mentioned we were going to see. He is a real genius. If you have not seen his paintings and sketches and drawings and inventions, he really is a rival to Leonardo